So we just got some big reveals on Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Now, I should have expected them to show it in the state of play today, but I was still kind of surprised at what they showed. So we finally got the proper confirmation of Knights. Now, we knew Knights was going to be in the game because they're on the back of the game cover, but it is nice that they finally showed them, and they are going to be on Extreme Gear, meaning they are most likely going to be a boost character. And it's great to see Knights. They are a staple in all of the SEGA crossover games, so I'm glad they made it in. Then we got Aiai. Now, Aiai is another pretty expected choice because Aiai has also been in every single SEGA crossover game, and it's Super Monkey Ball. It's like a staple for SEGA at this point. I think if Aiai didn't make it into this game, it would be a huge misstep on their part, so I'm glad he made it in. And he's also using his new design from the newest Super Monkey Ball game, Banana Rumble. I do like his new design with the little overalls. I do hope maybe in the future that they add his old design as an alternate costume, but that probably seems unlikely. It would be nice though. The biggest reveal of this trailer though is the fact that we are getting Tangle and Whisper from the IDW comics as DLC in this game. This is huge. This will be the first time that Sonic comic characters are going to be in a big console mainline-ish Sonic game. And Tangle and Whisper were going to be the most likely choices to get in because they are the two most popular characters to come from the IDW comics besides Surge, of course. Interestingly enough, in their trailer, they didn't come with their own vehicles. They were actually using vehicles that's already in the base game, like the Hot Hatch and the Wispon booster. So I guess we've always had hints that Tangle and Whisper were going to be in the game, but it is nice to have that confirmation, and I'm happy to see them. I'm glad they made it in. They were the only two other Sonic characters that I would have liked to see get into this game, and I'm happy to see that it happened. They made it to Sonic Dash, they made it to Sonic Forces Speed Battle, and now we have them in Sonic Racing Crossworlds. Hey, you never know, they might appear in the next mainline Sonic game at this rate. We also got the release date for when Spongebob and Patrick are going to be released. They will be released on November 19th, and they are going to round off the patch 1 phase of Sonic Racing Crossworlds. So I'm thinking maybe when they release Nice, or maybe they'll save it for the Pac-Man update, that's when we're going to have our first major new update for Sonic Racing Crossworld with balance changes or online adjustments or stuff like that. That's just an assumption, but it does sound more plausible to add the big changes for the next rotation of characters for the game. If we look back at the roadmap, Pac-Man is going to be released just before Aiai, it seems like, and he would be the last character pack we need to round off the first crossover Grand Prix. So that's why I believe we'll potentially see the next big update for Sonic Racing Crossworld when Pac-Man releases. So I'm happy with the news we got. I'm excited to play Spongebob when he releases, and I'm definitely excited to play Nice Aiai and Tangle and Whisper. This is a great lineup of characters that are coming up for this game. This did bring up an interesting thought for me when I saw this trailer, and I might sound crazy when I talk about it, but hear me out on this. So you know how with some of the DLC characters they came with extra characters, right? So the Sonic Prime characters got 3 characters. Pac-Man is going to be bringing the Ghost with him. The Minecraft crew had Steve, Alex, and the Creeper. Spongebob is bringing Patrick with him, and now we have Tangle and Whisper. So where am I going with this? we are getting more characters than what's actually presented in the roadmap. We could probably see more of the new free characters coming with an extra character in this game. For example, if we happen to get beat in the next lineup of characters, he could potentially come with Gum. Or if BD Joe gets in, who knows, maybe he could come with Alex and the rest of the Crazy Taxi 1 crew, you know? I know it sounds kinda crazy, but now it's not out of the realm of possibility since they're doing this with Tangle and Whisper. So I would love to see Beat and Gum together. I would love to see BD Joe and Alex together, and I would especially love to see Ooh La La and Pudding together. Like, please, that would be fantastic. I am surprised that Rayala and Mimi didn't come with their respective characters, but I understand. Either way, I think Tangle and Whisper really opened the door for the potential of what other characters may come into this game. I think Surge may still have a chance to come into the game, and I think she should, because she's also one of the most popular characters from the IDW comics, and who knows, they could probably bring her in with Kit, and I think that would work out really well. Besides that though, while I am happy that we are getting the new characters, I still have to bring up the elephant in the room. It's the fact that they won't have voices. I know, we've talked about this a million times, but it is still very disappointing. The comic characters, I understand they haven't really gotten an official voice actor yet since they haven't been in the mainline Sonic game. So I can understand Tangle and Whisper not having voices. Knights, a little bit of a stretch, because this is the Journey of Dreams version of Knights, which did have a voice, but I can let that one slide as well, because the original version of Knights from the Saturn version of the game didn't really talk, so I can let that one slide too. Aiai, him not having a voice despite it just kind of being monkey sounds, it feels weird. I think you could have at least let Aiai have a voice, but I don't know, maybe I am just crazy and there's something more to them not giving these characters voices for characters that they own. But I still think it's a little off-putting that these characters just won't have voices. Again, I understand Tangle and Whisper, but not Knights and Aiai, it's weird. That's all. It's just weird. It's not a deal breaker, it's just weird. But it does go back into, if they were to bring Beat and Gum into the game, they would probably just use sound bites from Jet Set Radio and Jet Set Radio Future to replace their voice lines, which that would be kind of dirty, but you know, with the way they've been going about the other DLC characters, it wouldn't be too surprising. I just gotta accept it. That's the way they've been going about things, and they're not going to give these characters voices. I know, and I just keep hoping that maybe they will, but it just seems like they're really sticking to not giving any of the DLC characters voices, which, okay, fine, I understand. I'll stop asking about it after this. So that's it. I just wanted to get on and really talk about this because I was really happy to see Nice Aiai and Tangle and Whisper make it in, and I had a lot of thoughts and I wanted to express that. And we'll be talking more about Sonic Racing Crossworld pretty soon. I can't wait to see how much more the future will flourish for this game, and I will be there no matter what.